SoundHound is one of the stocks that has had AI hype, has had AI dips around some markets dip in April, and recently just found a support at a key level that we're watching very closely. We know that they've had some partnerships with some big companies, including Hyundai. They have, according to their press releases, they have research commissioned by SoundHound revealing that nearly 80% of US drivers would rather order food via in-car voice assistant. So they're partnering with drive-throughs. So a couple different, there was a potential McDonald's partnership that hasn't gone through, but they have a full system for not just Lucid cars, but for Church's Texas Chicken, Torchy's Tacos, which for a little bit there when I was living in Boulder, Colorado, there's lots of different Midwest places to eat, and one of them is Torchy's Tacos right over there on, I think it's, what is it, right by where Pearl Street hits that road there. I think it's the main freeway, the highway right there. There's a Torchy's Tacos next to the other food places and next to a Trader Joe's. And I used to go there, and they're not bad. And it looks like SoundHound partnered with them. Kia, so they got a partnership with Kia to deliver voice AI experience, the Hey Kia, to India as part of Kia's Connect. So they're starting to get some more partnerships. They had this SoundHound phone ordering crosses milestone as AI system processes 100 million customer interactions for restaurants across the globe. So you start to see some of these partnerships play out. And what happened? Well, they came in with their financials. Let's see. I had them. Let's see. Financials, SoundHound Stock financials. We were looking at. There we go. About $129 million in positive net income. So 493%. Part of the reason why we only covered this stock like once or twice leading up to this video is because in the past we were looking at their net income and they just weren't, like, we love to see the partnerships. We love to see AI as the market they're in because it's growing so fast. But the net income and revenue was pretty down. It was like net income would be negative 21 million. Then it was negative 250. And so we weren't covering it. That kind of hit their stock. And then recently we saw things push up in the green. So revenue's up 151% year over year. Net income's up 493% year over year. And that diluted EPS, it's looking a lot better, 0.31, as well as the operating income going down. So net profit margin's up, and the stock now in this overall uptrend. We did enter, and again, just to remind you guys, it surged from late 2024 up to $24 a share before pulling down really with the rest of the market and pulling down and finding support at $5.90 before starting to reverse up. And so now what we're looking at is potential continuation of this trend. And so we just entered a small position right here on this support level. We got a stop loss there, which we'll see if it holds. Our stop loss seems to be about $9.65, so pretty tight stop loss. Very small position of just about $3,000 that we entered this morning in our market open live session in StockMate. And it's up, or it's kind of holding even right now, but it's ideally going to reach this range right here. This move, there would be about a 10% swing up into this $10.80 to $11 range. That's kind of the take profit that I'm looking to potentially capitalize on, about a 10 to 11%. And as you can see, the stop loss there at about $9.60. So hopefully that makes sense. Does SoundHound have the potential to be a couple more dollars of valuation? I believe so, especially if they get some partnerships, as they got the partnership with NVIDIA, or they were at the GTC event, right? But one of the big partnerships that's had a lot of talk is McDonald's. Like, I've already heard some stuff at McDonald's where they're like, "Hi, will you be using the app today?" And it's like the AI. And then if the person answers, I don't know, maybe it prompts or continues, but then a real human's like, "Hi, how are you doing today?" But like, they'd like to obviously get to a point where it's full AI ordering system. So at that point, SoundHound seems like one of the companies that is being considered for that partnership. So with AI being, a big role, it's not just the cars, it's not just the McDonald's are driving through, but it also is like they have a police force partnership where they're inside of, like the police car. So the cars are like, imagine you're a police officer and you're like kind of doing research, but you don't want to look at your screen and drive at the same time and like focus on what you're doing. SoundHound could do an analysis and say, the car in front of you is blah, 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 and their license plate indicates blah, 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 it's expired or what have you. I don't know. But it could talk to you and have a voice AI assistant that's very active. And apparently they have some partnerships there working in law enforcement as well, which I think is a nice play for them. So again, that's the trade for today. We also got into another trade over on LAZR, which has not really moved. It's kind of a test trade here. It's up about 2% on a test trade for essentially capitalizing on a big sell-off here at market open. So they came in after earnings. They had a big spike up there to about $5.80. Sold back down. We talked about it yesterday. We said, hey, look at this margin here, but it could sell back down further, which it did. It sold back down at market open today, and then we just entered, and it's now since then maybe starting to continue that pattern up. So we'll see if it holds there. That one's a similar trade as well in the overall kind of up direction, right? But it's at the support, and some things maybe working in our favor outside of the chart. So if you guys ever want to watch our daily live trading, today was a little slightly longer session and started a tad bit later than normal, and that was just some things that we had come up in the morning, kind of like ending out the early this part of the year where personally I got really bad allergies, so sometimes it's a little more flexible, but a lot of people just tune in. They're on the chat. Sometimes it's a few minutes early we start or a few minutes later, but then they just kind of hear my voice kick on. They're in the live chat. They're seeing our daily live trading right around 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you ever want to join us again and get this free t-shirt as part of joining Lifetime Access, then I would encourage you guys to check the second link down below for the daily live trading in StockMate. And also, we just are closing our virtual stock trading system. So first classes are tomorrow. If you want to join us, we got weekly Zooms there, along with access to our new Mercatus AI software, and it's the first link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Firing your thumbs up, hit the like button. I'm going to be out today, as just finished my car, actually. So it's done from one of our subscribers who's a StockMate and wraps cars. He's a StockMate here. His name's Shino, and he just finished wrapping my GTS, and I'm pumped to go pick this thing up. It's going to be sweet. So shout out to Shino, one of our StockMates that we also are doing business with for our car, which is super cool. And shout out Shino. Oh, the reason I brought that up is I might be traveling today, so we'll see if we still get uploads. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.